Hello and welcome to another episode of my Great Guitar Build-Off. I am Christopher and this is SpaceOil guitars. So last thing we did for the body was to put epoxy in the cracks between the body and the binding. That's set. However, in order to in order to completely finish the body, I need covers for the cavities in the back. So I thought I'd plane this down to maybe 5 millimeters and then make two covers from this. Might see if I can find a thinner piece so I don't have to plane as much, but we are going to be on cavity work today. I'm going to create two covers, sorry, and one for this, maybe one cover. I think I'm going to do one cover to cover the entirety of this. That way you have access to both pickups by unscrewing one. I'm also going to be drilling the holes. I think I'm going to be drilling them from the pickup side. I'm not going to go pickup cavity. I'm going to go from each pickup to the control cavity. That way you can remove one without removing the other, etc. So later on, not in this video but in a later video, we're going to be checking the output reduction with wood in between, because now there's about, as far as I remember, there's about 4 millimeters of wood between the bottom of the cavity and the top. Also the string height from the body to the top of the bridge and the fretboard will also have to be added onto that, but that's air, so it won't impact it that much. But we're going to test that on another body. So we have still quite a lot of work to do, but for now we're going to stick to the covers, get this routed out, and I think that'll be what we'll be able to achieve today. Episode wise, I don't know in which order this will stack up, because the last couple of videos have been quite a lot of mess, back and forth. I think I've been able to edit them together okay. I know I had two parts to the contouring and binding, because that was just too long to have in one. I think both of them are about 30 minutes, which I think is too long anyway for one. So I'm trying to make this video shorter, but there's a lot of stuff I want to keep as well. And if you have feedbacks to any of my building, please let me know. I'm always looking to learn. I'm guessing most of you are more experienced than me, so if you have something to add on, then constructive criticism is always welcome. So let's get on with it. Okay, so I routed one big cavity for this. On this, it has to be cleaned up. You see the edges are very round, and then be pretty square. Also, I didn't go all the way out here. I need to place a straight template and go along this edge to get it the way I want it. Other than that, I'm pretty happy. So now it's some scraping, sanding, etc. to get this body the way I want it. So stay tuned. Okay, so now we have the controlled cavity cover made. All I need to do is cut this part off and sort of sand it to shape. It's a little bit big at the moment, but scraping the binding a little bit will make it fit. So now I'm going to use chisels to clean this cover part up and get started with the cover. And next, after that, I think I'm going to be scraping and preparing the body. I still have this part to chisel to make the transition fluent. Sanding, and then preparing for epoxy, because there's a lot of weighting when doing the body. So if I can make the pickups and carve the neck and stuff while this is sort of drying and waiting, then that's what I'm going to do. But first of all, the cavity. All right, so this cavity is pretty much cleaned up. Might be doing some sanding in the bottom later, but at least the edges are clean. So I'm going to make a cover for this and bind it just like I did with this one. And we'll see how we get on. All right, so I made this lid to fit. Now it's going to be a matter of getting this down in thickness and taking a little bit off the edges so I can bind it and have it be flush. Also having this scraped to be flush and take the edge off here. So that'll be my next job for this build. I'm thinking maybe doing a logo in the back here and possibly having just 2 screws, but then I'll have to sort of have an indentation in the middle so that when it's screwed in it sort of squeezes on the edges and is tight. But yeah, I don't really know how that will affect shielding, but we'll take that as we get there. First thing to do is to get this down in thickness. right. So this is now gonna go in here. I need to scrape the binding off. Also thin it down a little bit this way. I've done it with this. I've just marked, obviously this will follow the bevel of the guitar. I have some cleaning up to do. A couple of edges turned out pretty jagged, but it fits snugly at the moment. And I have to say it does look rather good, right? I'm pretty happy with it. A couple of screws to go in. I don't think we'll need more. So I'm going to sand this edge to follow the guitar curve. And I thought about maybe putting a binding piece on the bottom here, but then I'll really have to sand down this edge, so I'm not going to do that. Also, this edge won't be bound anyway, so it'll be wood. So yeah, a whole lot of sanding to be done, a whole lot of scraping. As you can see, I keep my shavings because you can make the binding pastes if you mix this with acetone. I make the paste in the cup. So this has a plastic film on the inside, but it hasn't eaten away by the acetone. So then I can just throw it out. So that's what I'm going to be doing forward. It's a whole lot of sanding, filing, scraping, etc. Going to be scraping, filing this down. Want to make everything as smooth as it can be. And I'm going to have both covers in the body while I'm sanding the back, so I'm sure everything is equally smooth. Drilling this carving bit, then I think the body is pretty much ready for preparation to be painted.